electricity, a Kelly de plenty, and now they collect now 1,000 francs. Is that not a description of Ambazonia terrorism failure? No, ask yourself this question. Witty Anglophones they will complain about for 2016, 2017, when they decide forgive guns to the poorly educated in the community. I remember very well where they will sing some songs, say 5,500, 5,500. Now, when I go sing that witty, 1,000. You know why? Price don't go up. And why price go up? So, I go can't play for another video for explain for now why we even the gendarmes and police them they collect now 1,000 even 5,500 as Bobby Chess boy he come off for talk. I go show you video evidence when I go see him. So if for 2016 when I be the complaint say gendarmes they collect 500, when I complain enough for radicalized when our own poorly educated youth give them check up on credit guns. Send them for bush. And now for 2025, those checkpoints they don't increase. And then the 500 don't turn to 1,000. What will I go do now? Instead for the fool for tell the Amber boys them, Amber terrorism, say gendarmes are there for this place for that control. No. If he there for Facebook, for Cyprus, he know exactly who's away all the 6 or 7 controls the day between Bamenda and Bali. Bamenda, the capital on resistance, as when they talk them all the time. Why the terrorists, they not just go attack the military? How you should not for Cyprus, you know, what's how all the checkpoints and controls the day. But the terrorist way, the day inside Bamenda, they don't know. You think they don't know? Of course they know. They need to attack military. Why? Because they are looking for a means for survival. They are doing their kidnapping for ransom. They will only attack military if it serves their purpose, and their purpose now waiting. But take the guns where it is in the hands of the military so that they will use those guns them for terrorize the Anglophone civilian population, for collect ransoms, extortion, block roads, collect money, now all that. So just this video and the Amber Fools where they can't complain. After 7 years, where when I talk, someone, we don't go we don't go we. When they still can't complain about poor electricity, no drinking water, hospitals and schools. When I still can complain about those things, remember the things say when I be complaining before Amber, now Amber don't come. It's supposed to don't already fix all things. Why when I still complain, right? Or when I just demonstrate the failure of the Amber nonsense. Instead for you, if you can't show for Facebook, the talk say police checkpoint there for year, gendarme checkpoint there for day. Just send Amber them for day. Send Amber them. When I give them guns, right? To do what with? Send Amber them for day. Okay? What's that way they collect 500 when I complain? Now they collect 1,000. When I complain, no. And I know say some people who can't talk about country man would need for also talk about police brutality and that other. I don't hear that story tire. I might tell you something. When your house they on fire, you go stop for the worry about Arata way there for your house. You understand? Because you have bigger problems. It they like school picking way. It will make your papa buy new shoes for where and go school. If papa no buy the schools or buy the shoes, so it vex, it go burn the papa house. So according to you, now we don't burn that papa house. The papa would then suddenly get the money for buy you the shoes. No, you don't give the papa more things then for do, more things than for worry about, more responsibilities, such that even that school shoes, the way you be thinking they go buy them for you, they no go ever buy them because now that papa they think at Usawe, it will keep a family, you know, in need for build a new house. That is more important than your school shoes. You get to understand that Anglophones then we no fit they talk about police or gendarme brutality when we Ambazonia terrorists are literally beheading human beings on the streets. So when I just forget about that one, it not go happen. So like I be talk, I promise you now, and I bring them. When I watch this next video where it on the screen, when I watch them, my contributor. So this one, na Mbashe Clement, so-called FM No Pity for Bambalang Koketunja. This other picking the way they did on the road here, where they collect money, where they wear Cameroon military uniform and Cameroon police uniform. Now, this boy, so we wear that police uniform. Now, Mbashe Clement, the direct biological cousin. The good news for Nana say all of them don't be compromised. Okay, whether the Mbashe Clement himself or the cousin, they don't be compromised. And your biological brother, Shina Rambo, if you don't surrender, it the DDR. So Mbashe Clement that where they count the money, the 500 where they do the carry guns, they go block their own road, they collect their 500 because that is what they have always wanted. I don't always tell when I say whenever when I hear Cameroonians, especially Anglophones, they complain about something. They know they complain because they don't like them. They complain, say, nobody not them, they do that thing. If they complain, say, Gendarme, they collect 500 for them, for their mind, they think, say, child, that Gendarme, they make money. Oh, I wish I was the one making that money. They are not complaining that the extortion is bad. No. And they prove for una, the very first day where the Anglophone youth, they carry guns. I mean, say, the very first day, they don't even pretend. The very first day, as they hold that gun, they know so they feel intimidate people. Them, they climb on top road, set up their own checkpoints. When I see the Anglophones and that, they pass the 500 for floor. When I see that girl picking, it can't bend down pick up no. My show now. I see I throw the 500 for floor. My show now again. See the driver, it throw 500. See the driver, it move 500, it throw for floor. That girl, it can't pick up with the Dane gun. Now Anglophone liberation that. Right? Now the Anglophone liberation that's what Anglophones have always wanted. So faced with this reality, now Mbashe Clement that FM No Pity, where they count the own 500 them. Faced with this reality, how can Anglophones ever complain about police brutality or gendarme corruption or 500? How? When I go complain, how? With a straight face? So you see, now the reason this way, I know if you waste my time, the talk say gendarme they collect 500 or whatever. As a matter of fact, they collect 1,000 now, and they correct because these same Anglophones them when they pass Amber hold them, they pay now 10,000 today for 2025. They no money to collect 500 for what Amber they could go waste the time. When they kiki them, they fear for climb on top road. When they don't manage climb on top road, they want to make as much money as possible in the shortest period of time. For go take their drugs, all that your hard-earned cash, they go burn them, smoke them, waste them, concern them. So now the reality that in the Anglophone zone, now the Anglophone liberation that my contributed. Now, this is how these children were radicalized. Now listen.
If we stage for self-defense, this is what will happen. Within the next 1 to 2 or 3 months, Ambazonians living abroad will start paying their flights to go back home and fight. It has come to that stage. We, the Ambazonians, the boys, the able boys, we have reached that stage where we will mobilize, we will go back home and we will assemble our weapons and fight. We shall fight. Number 2, would already be psychologically prepared for fight. Would already be very psychologically prepared for take gun for shoot. We'd already experienced war for the past 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months, and even 1 and 2 years. We'd already see how the struggle don't evolve. We'd already be so intertwined in the struggle. That means that psychologically we are armed to fight. It will come a point where we shall be paying our fight to go down there and fight, like what happened in Eritrea, like what happened in South Sudan, like what happened in other countries. People left from the diaspora, went back home to assist their boys to fight, and we shall come to that particular stage. As we speak, we have military people, ex-military people, and people who have also worked in La Republique and who are angry about the whole situation. It shall come a point we shall go there and fight.
When I don't hear no, na Tapang Ivo Tanku that 2019, when they be still radicalized the gullible, poorly educated Anglophone youth like the Mbashe Clement will come up for Shona. He talked for 2019, say in the next few months, they go pay their flight, come up for Wyman country, go down on the ground, go fight. Within 2025, when I name me one, I mean say one person we don't come up from diaspora, go on the ground for Cameroon, for Bamenda, inside the Anglophone zone, for go fight. Just one. Just one. Okay. I will leave now with that homework. Now, I bring una this video where it will help we for analyze a few things then about the greed and ego part of this presentation. Okay. Now the video this way it there on the screen. I will play the video shortly. So it be there for this Beyond Africa podcast where Eric Chinje, it be there live 3 days ago on the 20th of August 2025. And maybe talk a few things then, exactly the same things the way I don't explain that for people then for a long time, but I just say what people they did, the way they did, they be too slow for absorb information. But Eric Chinje, it will articulate them brilliantly. So I don't really broadcast the video, but today I deem I'm necessary for play them as part of this presentation, this live broadcast. When I watch, when I listen to which way Eric Chinje will talk about Cameroon and Cameroonians. Please, when I pay attention, my country people there.
You know, a country gets the leadership it deserves. I left the United States a few months ago to be close to Cameroon and to be involved in the processes. I've come to understand the system even more than I did before. Cameroon is essentially driven by sentiments of greed and ego. These are the two words that define a vast majority of Cameroonians today. I found it when I tried to work with the media. I had to confront that quite a lot. Ego and greed. When I tried to work with the politicians, I ran up against that wall. You've mentioned the 12. There are actually 12 candidates. Mr. Biya is the 12th. The 13th was thrown out. So there are 11 candidates competing against Mr. Biya. And they've been talking about trying to come up with a single candidate. And that it would make sense for the opposition to come up with one candidate who will stand against Mr. Biya. You know, I've talked to almost all of them. I think there's only one of the 11 I haven't spoken to. And without a shadow of a doubt, I can tell you not one of them thinks you should give up to the other. So we can play this song until the chickens come home. There's not going to be a single opposition leader to stand up against Mr. Biya. Why? Essentially that, ego and greed. Everybody thinks they should be the next Biya. And if it's 11 on 11, that's 100%. That's very reflective of the society in which we are. So, you know, when I came up a couple of days ago, when I spoke with the 11th of the candidates, the one I had not spoken to prior, and I found reason to believe that this older person was willing to drop his ego in the interest of the country. I was so amazed that I was tempted to put his name out and throw my weight behind him. But I hate to do that because I haven't discussed what his political agenda is. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what should drive this process.
I recently spoke with Prince Michael Ngwese Ekoto. He is one of a politician in Cameroon. He's the chairman of the USDP party, and he's part of the group that has been meeting in Fumban all the way to Yaoundé to talk about identifying one candidate to run as the opposition flag bearer. He shared the same sentiments you are sharing here. You were not in the room, you were not there during the negotiations, but he was there. And he is very disappointed that these candidates could not sit together and come out with a consensus. Even when all of them, even when 4 of them were sent to a room only amongst themselves to discuss and let us see the white smoke. Still, it didn't work out. And he did not hit it clearly as you did about greed and ego, but he pointed towards that direction. And if that is the direction we're going to, where do we think the country would be in the next 40 years? In the same hands?
I know Prince very well, and he and I speak fairly often. And I know exactly what happened in that room when the candidates even got their collaborators to go out and only the candidates stayed in the room. It turned out to be a shouting match, precisely because everybody thought they deserved to be. Where does that leave us?
That is a very good question. Where does that leave us? But the most important thing where Eric Chinje talk, where I believe say when I be missing, it talk about the next Biya. It say who will be the next Biya, or it talk. I don't know if you remember exactly the words and where he used them, but It make them very clear. Now the part that my reply for una here, una listen.
Single opposition leader to stand up against Mr. Biya. Why? Essentially that, ego and greed. Everybody thinks they should be the next Biya. And if
you hear what we talk now, everybody thinks they should be the next Biya. You see, intellectuals and educated people then, we choose our words very carefully. We know to pick words them randomly. I guarantee you say, Eric Chinje, he know exactly what we mean when he talks say the next Biya. He no talk say all of these political oppositions, they want to be the next president of Cameroon. No, he talks say they want to be the next Biya. So everything where President Paul Biya he embody today, everything where you think say it go right or wrong about President Paul Biya, that is exactly what the next president of Cameroon wants to be. Cameroon is not ready for change. And why that way, I did talk my things and give una examples and evidence. It talk about political opposition parties then for come together and form a coalition. It talk about that ego and greed. All man they think about me. All man want for be now President Paul Biya. All man want the powers we get them. All man want the money. All man want the fame. All man want for be father of the nation. You understand? So therefore the Amber fools them. They even get people the way they call themselves father of the nation. Honestly. So Cameroonians are not ready for change. Whenever when I hear Cameroonians, they complain about something, they are not complaining that that thing is bad. They are not, just like how the Amber terrorists of 2016, 2017, and Anglophones in general, they talk about marginalization or gendarme 500. They were not complaining that those things are bad. No. For their mind, honestly, they are complaining and say they want for being at the gendarme. They want for being at the person who carry guns. It extort money from other people then. And now why that way? I don't play on the video. As soon as the Amber terrorists, the Anglophone youth, they carried guns then for 2017, the first thing where they do now for set up their own checkpoints them like this, start to extort money from the Anglophones them. Time where the money start dry out, they start to take the people and go for bush. They collect 500,000, 3 million. They kill some. Behead human beings them on the streets. This is who we are as Cameroonians. So now why that way Eric Chinje talk say all of these political oppositions, they want to be the next Biya. It no talk say they want to be the next president of Cameroon. No, they want to be the next Biya. They want to be the next person where he will stay for power for 42 years plus. They want to be a person where he will run till the day where he die. Because when I say honestly, people them like Akremuna, they how old. No my way to where they talk now. People them like even Maurice come to the be how old. Give them the opportunity. You yourself ask yourself honestly. You look at these political oppositions the way they want for unseat President Paul Biya. Ask yourself, say, if you give those people them powers, will they not do exactly what President Paul Biya to do or worse? Will Cameroon be in better hands? That is a question for you to answer. Eric Chinje, the assessment is no, because these people want to be the next Biya. Maybe they will be worse. That's just the reality. Just like how Ambazonia terrorists will be complaining about gendarmes themselves, they collect 500. Gendarmes, they even get conscience. Sometimes when they see your condition, maybe you carry a woman, we get belay, they just say pass green go. Maybe you be in a haste, you get emergency, you get picking with broke food. They just sorry you, they say pass green go. They don't even check your motor, they don't even collect the 500. Amber don't even get conscience. Amber they carry, I mean, the thief lost diamond. They literally move diamond for coffin, take the diamond, go bush for ransom. This is not a joke. That's the reality of what we are experiencing. Anglophones, they be talking, they want change. They changed the Amber no. Are they loving it? So be careful what you wish for. We don't see them for ourselves. These people, the way they call themselves political oppositions to Cameroon, they are, for say they are not serious, is an understatement. Like Eric Chinje talk, I like that quote. It talks say they all want to be the next Biya. They don't want change in Cameroon. They don't want for change the system. They don't want for change how things are function for Cameroon. They just want for change now the individual, and then replace the individual when at head of state with themselves, and everything continue exactly the way they go, so that may the thief, may the embezzle, may they do all those bad things the way they complain about. So when they complain about constitutional council, say constitutional council be appointed by President Paul Biya, so they don't do anything against President Paul Biya, and all of those things. My country people them. I say this next part of the presentation, when I go listen now to the Amba people and sisters, they go talk, they go explain to una. Wait away themselves, they don't do them. Wait away the small tiny power and influence and money where they come come into their care. What did they do with them? My trip to Boya, we go back to MKPT archives. I bring to una Ndong Emmanuel, Capo Daniel, your podcast for 2019. It go explain to una what will be happening. Una remember APNC? Yes, I go bring una. Una remember Kometa Elvis? Una listen to the series of events. Una listen to the testimony. Una listen to the people the way they want change. People the way they complain about corruption for Cameroon. People the way they talk, so they want for change Cameroon. They want for change the system. We don't go we. They are going to create something better than Cameroon. When I listen to what way they do, once they get the opportunity for get small power for social media country, what did they do with it? When I listen.
Today, na number 23 day for the month of March 2019. My name na Capo Daniel. This one na my daily podcast for now. Since the IG be announced and said that I move Sako for power and Chris Ano and Coco Bling for their position as communication secretaries, the Ambazonian people they still wait for find out the action the way the Restoration Council led by Kometa Elvis it don't take them in this regard. Ambazonian they don't go through a stage where general upon general for ground zero where they don't complain about resources where they be promised them when they be collect my trip to Boya. It don't come and go. Information about corruption and mass embezzlement and misappropriation, it don't come and go. There is still wait. All the way Sako be announced and say go come out, Innova come out. The one for order where they began for Kometa Innova come out. Concerned citizens that they see express their worry. Who listen for Aya Abine, how he voiced the same concern. Wanna listen.
Here. $1 million. Those are the things people should be talking about. Go there, direct all your energy and attention there. $1 million. $1 million in francs CFA is about 600 million. I just leave it at the million. I don't go beyond a million. I leave it at the million. $1 million. $1 million is about 600 million CFA francs. That would, oh Jesus Christ.
No be only people that are shocked with the amount of money where they don't take and chop them. In particularly with the promise where they be promised when they collect the money, say all that money go off for ground zero. The charges where they be bring them for the APNC and I say these are treasonous embezzlement, treasonous misappropriation. Ambazonia they see surprise, say how they go just move Sako for power in a resolution and a conference will be authorized by the cabinet, by the whole judicial branch for legislative branch for the IG. But it is tonton. What I see people they see chop soya on a witty. When I get an in-depth presentation about the level of corruption, treasonous corruption during the time of a revolution where people they die. When I listen for Elvis Kometa, the Restoration Council chair, for your own mop, how we talk about the depth of this treasonous embezzlement and treasonous misappropriation. When I listen.
3 weeks back, I was down in Florida to meet somebody who called and he said, he met the AP, he talked to the AP, but he said the AP did not seem interested. So somebody gave him my name, he called me, I went and I saw him. And we spoke, and he told me, listen, I can make you meet Russia if you want to see Russia. I've worked there, And I talk to those that matter there. Apart from Putin, I talk to those that matter every day. So I can do this. Yes, but I said, oh, that's interesting. I said, okay. So what is your fee? He says, it's $22,000 a month. I said, oh, yeah, a month. That's what he said, a month. I said, okay, I've heard. But let me go back and talk with my people. A former Ambassador Cohen, we had met him, said he was going to lobby for us. And he had somebody, he had an intermediary, and this guy is Nigerian. So he said he wanted $360,000 paid upfront. So I said, hey, it's not like buying a house or buying a car that you take this house away or we take the car. If we give you $360,000 and you don't deliver, what do we do? So the point is, one, we don't have the money. We don't have the money.
Now, commentator that the lament say if meet up man for America, where the man get connection for Russia, where if he help we, me the Russian government they intervene for this one matter. The man they charge only $20,000 per month. He meet up another one for Florida, where now a connection with Ambassador Power, a former big American diplomat. The man they asked me then give only $360,000 upfront. Still money no day. So now the thing then that way would not lost some way out of the millions of dollars so they don't collect them. Now chances in that way they be these same people that they go talk for Sako. Sako they talk say he no be interested because I think we need for move money pay. When I listen.
So one Cameroonian, any Ambazonian who is interested in the betterment of our people.
Even though Kumeta will see here, even though Kumeta talks say be willing to talk for all man, all activists that they call it, you need to answer a phone. Since they don't give order, made them move Sako, it don't disappear. All man they call it, you need to answer a phone. Would call it for ask question on behalf of the Ambazonia people, you need to answer. Anyway, when I hear what he talk about what it happen.
It is a shame that money contributed to take care of people, individuals who are around sleeping in hotels, eating, and of course, if you know you are afraid that you'll be killed, then of course, get out of this.
Now, Kumetara, they talk about money where Sako the chop am. So until they don't wake up, he has go sleepy for hotel. Talk, pay, give the bill for the IG. Talk say, hey, be the fear so they can kill it. Now the things and that way they go on. And the institution will be supposed for the supervisee, now the Restoration Council. But listen also about the Restoration Council. Make Kumeta explain and what it go on.
The Restoration Council has some few very solid ladies and gentlemen. The point is, some of them were appointed. I mean, they were appointed. And there are some that when you talk to them, they don't even know that they're representing a county. Yes, they say, oh, I don't, yes. But don't misunderstand me, there are some solid people there who really know what they are doing. And I told all those who don't seem to know what they're doing, I said, listen, if you are here representing a county, now the counties are being organized. Just know that if you don't identify with your county, when it will be time, the county will have the right to replace you in this house.
So now the same thing in Rabi the Tokam, they're the same people that they pay surrogate the middle can attack. Yeah, how Kumeta and Tokam. The Restoration Council self, when I the Kumeta be the person where is supposed for implement the resolution for expand the Restoration Council. Instead, Nasako be the appoint people them inside the Restoration Council. Some of those people themselves where they appoint for they don't even know why they appoint them for they. Sako they appoint someone they represent county. And these people then now, according to Ekumeta talk, they instruct them then go back for their county, go get legitimacy. Now, why that way you see some people then they for group, then they come for village, they gather people, then say me then come together. Not be because say they want gather people for that village together, but not because they want justify their position where Sakoda already picked them, put them for day. Because he want put the people there for day where they go to defend the interest. Now, why that way, no matter what money they receive them, no matter what resolution IGD pass them, you need to work. Even the cabinet meeting, the way they be done vote, to me, no man no chop money, the same money be the city chop. Because Sako then appoint strategic people then for put them inside the Restoration Council. A body will be supposed to be a supervisory body for be included by competent people. It be made of people where they don't even know what they do for day, according to the chairman's own statement.
So the Restoration Council will go to the Restoration Council saying there should be 100 senators and 130 lower houses. So I said, excuse me, from the judicial head of judiciary. So I said, excuse me, the US has 350 million people. They have 100 senators. Southern Cameroon is not even 10 million. They have 100 senators. The point is, we have really, where we lost it is when we said to form a very small government, just to take care of the major issues. And let's wait until we get to Buya. You have a ministry, let me call it ministry, where you have 50 people, I am director of this, director of that, and I ask myself, what's all of this? What's all of this?
So now Kumetada the talk. He said the head for judiciary. I yims again. That same man, when I come up with that scam about Zawari invitation for United Nations. Now so he says, now he don't talk me them appoint over 300, almost to 300 people for inside Restoration Council. You set up Mr. Man, Mr. Kumeta, when I be the head, you the only take and say, I whoop everything I whoop for you. You don't know, say you get the key for that Restoration Council. People they for outside, they appoint people for your own competent now waiting. Then put you for that place, you stand on behalf of the Ambazonia people, where they look upon that IG. Your own job for them now waiting. We all thing for you, you do complain. Your own work, your responsibility, your own accountability for Ambazonia people. Now for can't tell you where they happen for do something. When at the year the amount of directors them. Hundreds of directors, people that they appoint their friend. No wonder that they fight for maintain the system where they did for the IG, irrespective of the effect where they go on for ground zero. No matter what it happen, they do fight for maintain that system because they don't appoint their own people. They want to carry own person go down for they appoint them. They wait me other people then fight. Me they can't take the country. Nothing that way they happen. No be only so they collect the money where they be supposed to use them for fight, where the people they be supposed to use them fight. Take them again. They chop them. People they die every day.
Even in the Lion Man's country, I mean, the state of Paul Biya will not just stand up and go to a ministry and appoint directors without even consulting the minister of that ministry. Mm-hmm. So this is very, very wrong.
Kumeta that they talk, say even Paul Biya own government better because Pobia, they appoint the minister, appoint director them. Sako they go on for the ministry the way they create. And I imagine ministry then they appoint the people then under them without even consulting those who are the head of the secretaries or the ministers of those departments where they don't create them. They go come even for una village. They appoint una parliamentarian for una. Then the parliamentarian they go come now for can use sense for gather on Namona, make some organization. It go stand for before because they already put it for some place. It represent una for day already. Now they scam then that way they go on already for inside the IG.
They cannot audit themselves. That's fine. That's fine. They have a right to internal audit. But to fly somebody from Germany, create him hotel, feed him, and then he goes back. I asked myself, here in the US, so there's nobody who can audit this account? Okay, they said, oh, he's in government, he was appointed to. So, okay. But in front of all of you here, and in front of all Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians, the Restoration Council, we gave the government 15 days, the cabinet 15 days, to bring the audit report to us, and there is going to be an independent audit.
So now what's that way it happen for inside the APNC? Kumeta talk, they don't give the IG cabinet Sako 15 days. 15 days that can pass. The day where Sako be talk say go do the audit, the day it don't can pass. They don't give mandate, say they go give 7 days for set up a committee for do the investigation. It don't can pass. Kumeta come up for that meeting, so it go change completely. We don't know what it happen. We don't know who side they take we go. And you get some paid surrogates and activists where they still promote the Sako faction. They still promote them. Ambazonia. Now who side would they go? With these kind of people. Now who side would they go?
We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty.
So my country them. When I don't hear wait away Capo Daniel Ndong Emmanuel don't talk, I hope say when I be enjoy them as much as me I enjoy them. So it's a talk say who's that them they go with leaders them like Sako Ekome. It talk a few things some way. I go pick them out and I go analyze them for now, make them refresh my memory because I know certain when I be listening, maybe when I know be pay attention. It talks say Sako Ekome. It don't appoint people them. It create ministries them or departments them. Appoint secretaries them. Then appoint deputies them and what you call delegate now. What you call them? Where the so-called minister or secretary for that department not even know who where they don't appoint them as a deputy or something because they're not even consulting. Now the same people in this way they will complain about Cameroon government. Oh, themselves they come for that APNC, they can't talk say Cameroon government better. So because even though President Pobia the appoint minister, appoint the Secretary General, but at least it get consultation with the minister before he appoint the Secretary General. Sako they just signed who will give money. It just talks okay now for Momo County, whatever they call them. You go be at this. It don't just listen for country where it no exists. It exists now for their imagination and for Facebook. They claim say they get 8 million people with no evidence. Of course, we know the population for North and Southwest is between 4 to 5 million. 5 million at the upper limit and 4 million at the lower limit. So we just say 4.5. The APNC and Capo Daniel they tell and say they appoint, they get a restoration council and cabinet of over 300 people. Elvis come said no. Now hang on a minute. This is a joke, right? The United States of America will get 350 million people. It get 100 senators. One for create a senate of 100 senators as well. I mean, and then there be one for create a House of Assembly or National Assembly of 130 people there. It means every family go get their own parliamentarian because they are all for the titles. It's all about their ego and greed. That's what it is all about. It's not about fighting for you. They don't dash small Facebook titles and people that, and so people don't can cling on top of that Facebook title them. They thief their money for back the chop on them. It's correct for them. And now why the way Capo Daniel talk say they get this system where Sako don't create them for the IG and they are fighting to maintain the system. And then when I go can't complain about Cameroon government, of course, the ruling Cameroon political party now, the CPDM, and President Pobia, as a matter of fact, President Pobia is a whole system. The presidency is a whole system. And that system, if you fight against the system will fight back. And that is a sovereign state where it get a standing army, it get a seat at the United Nations, at the world, every single world international organization from the African Union and the rest. Okay? It get emissaries and high commissions around the whole world. They talk directly with the king of the United Kingdom, the president of the United States, and every other heads of states. They get that power, influence. They get the power for tax people, then for exploit the natural resources of a whole sovereign nation. Those people, then they need to do half of the corruption way when for Facebook country they do them. Not even half. And when I go complain about them, they were not complaining about the Cameroon government that what the Cameroon government was doing is bad. No, they will complain, say they want to be the ones in that position to be doing that bad thing. That is the complaint. Yeah, their ego. They don't appoint 300 and something people them. When I hear them, I talk. Now Elvis commenter and Capo Daniel talk. Cameroon, a sovereign nation of about 30 million people, it get a National Assembly of 180 people and a Senate of 100. And that Senate they created only a few years ago. We know we get Senate for Cameroon. Okay. How many ministers them Cameroon get them? 30. And this one it include the what do they call them? Minister delegate them. You know, you get a minister delegate to the Minister of External Relations when a minister lives by you, and then you get it be in charge of the Commonwealth. You get the other one where it be in charge of the Islamic world, the Pabidai. So Pam Bayu they occupy those two positions. Now basically they do the two work, but they ain't get the titles for one. And then you get the Minister of External Relations when I'm Minister Lejeune Belamela. And then under the Ministry of Justice, you get Laurent Esso, but then you also get a Minister Delegate, Keeper of the Seals, when Minister Lejeune Belamela, Minister Jean de Momo. So you see all of these ministers and then their minister delegate them. If you add them all, not 30 for Cameroon, but Ambazonia they get more. Their secretaries and deputies and everything, they get more because it is all about ego and greed. Useless, stupid titles. That is why they kidnap Una on the ground for ransom. They tell Una how they say gross corruption and na capo da netokamo and Elvis commenter who said my trip to Boyade, they will hold the APNC for whole Sako Ekome to account. They sack Sako Ekome talk say I am not going anywhere. It should be back for day, and it's still there for day till today. Now why the way the IG get like 7 presidents today? So they accuse Sako for that APNC of gross corruption and mass misappropriation of funds. But now the same people that this is the one for complain about Cameroon government. Even for that APNC, every commentator said no, but that Cameroon government better pass we. So all of these people are fighting to be the next Paul Biya, except they will be worse. Everything way they be ever complain against President Paul Biya, they will do that bad thing 1,000,000 times worse. That is the reality. And now the people in this way, they talk say Cameroon be ready for change. They talk say they want to change Cameroon. Change Cameroon in which direction? The opposite direction, into the negative direction. Master. So when I be here, Aya Paula Bine Pikin, everybody screamed the cry. It said, Jesus Christ. Say 1 million. That one on my trip to Boya Money, they actually collect from the audit report we comment they talk about. They collect 1.8 million. They don't actually meet their target of 2 million. They collect 1.8 million. But Aya Paula Bine Pikin talk say, make we assume say they will collect only $1 million US. Now 600 million francs that. Of course, they will go down there for hotel, they chop their hotel, go for Red Lobster, buy themselves handbags and all of those things. They were sitting on money. Now people this way would talk say they want to change Cameroon. In which direction? The negative direction, of course. That's the only change we will expect from this kind of people then. That's it. So then they talk about the lobbies where they approach some lobbies, some person where be one for lobby for them talk say ye fee it could be na 20,000 US dollars a month when at 12 million francs every month when they get to repay that man for lobby, but with no guarantee of any positive result. They first talk say don't get them the money, but they get the money for go to Red Lobster. And then every commentator talk say they even approach this man where been a former deputy secretary or something like that in charge of Africa, the same office where Tibonaki occupy, Ambassador Cohen. It did and say, may they bring you a down payment of 360,000 US dollars when at 216 million francs. Sarkozy. This man don't crazy. So they take all that your money where they don't suffer for almost 2 years to raise up. They go give Ambassador Cohen. They should not begin chop at me. He said that. Lobbying is not cheap. Sako no pay. They go chop their red lobster, say lobby. Imagine the 1.8 million, they begin to buy weapons. They get to run war according to them. Then they get to pay lobbyists, pay Sako Ekome, house rent, and all of those things. So my distract us, but when I look on the screen, when I pay attention on the screen for a bit, I want to take this off. Okay, my showing us something on the screen, my computer. When I see this, oops, bear with me 1 second. Okay, when I remember this, when I remember Foley Hoag, now retainer fee that this one they will actually pay 35,000 US dollars for Foley Hoag when a law firm for America, when I see the date, now the date that the 7th of May 2017. So this one was even before my trip to Boya. They paid this 35,000 for us. It just go and whoop inside water. Now retainer fee for a law firm. They will say this law firm, this law firm, it go sue Cameroon. No bio. I beg, when I pardon me. See, they actually put they actually say they put out a press statement on the 27th of March 2017. They say the objectives of the Foley Hoag law firm. This release is the summary of the numerous tasks we expect to cover with the Foley Hoag law firm. Although you find blah, 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 they say number one, securing the rights of Southern Cameroon to install internet and other communication mediums immediately. And an injunction for La Republique to discontinue in interfering in the freedom of expression in Southern Cameroon going forward. 2, unconditional withdrawal of La Republique forces occupation from Southern Cameroon with immediate effect. Now, what to do is Foley Hoag is supposed to do them with that 35,000. Remember, say this one now the consortium they will put them out. So my show now. So now they actually check that. So now Elvis commented that and the Nkunyam, them very dull people the way they go shiro say they resign Foley Hoag. A check, give 35,000 for some white boy and for go shiro the chop on them. See, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, July 2017, they talk about Asia, a delegation of some Southern Cameroon human rights led by the law firm Foley Hoag met with the Office of the United Nations Special Advisor on the Prevention of Genocide on July. How market pass? So this one's in 2017, and they bring on the archive. That's where I got the pictures from the checks. Okay, the picture for Carlson Anyangwe. See, now the Foley Hoag, then this way they recite this thing and them that. So now the Amber Food and the sister they post them for this Federal Republic of Ambazonia Facebook page. Dear people, it is official. The contract with Foley Hoag law firm has been signed today in New York. This landmark step was transparently overseen by Professor Carlson Anyangwe, who led the Southern Cameroon delegation. A bunch of idiots. So that 35,000 US dollars. So now just the retainer fee, where it means say they just accept say they go take on the client. No one say they will do anything. And then for any meeting where when I meet up the law firm, when I pay thousands of dollars for every communication where they write them on our behalf, thousands of dollars. For anything when I want me that law firm do for now, then so they run out of money, they go find place on them. Now, so that for the whole thing, it take that. So, so my contributor, going back to my trip to Boya, we don't do live now for 1 hour. I want to take a short break, and then when I come back, my put them on the screen for now. When I come back, we will talk about Ray Baba and Nick Santos. They go explain because now 2 cabinet of the hundreds of so-called cabinet ministers, the way Sako Komebe and Ayuktabe they be appointed. Now 2 of them this. Now why they still hear about them? They don't say they don't abandon Ambazonia terrorism. Since I will explain for now why some of the things will lead to them, you know, abandoning the Ambazonia nonsense. We'll come to that in a minute. Okay, so we'll run the live for 1 hour and a bit. I want for drink water. Hopefully, we'll do live for another 30 minutes and then I'll go end them. So I'll try not to stay long. So I want for drink some more water, and in the meantime, Cameroonianness. Thank you, plenty my contribute them, so we don't come back for that short break. So I want to make una listen now to Nick Santos, but before I can play that Nick Santos a video, I want to make una understand the first part of this video. Now Nick Santos is a request for an apology from Chris Anu and Sako Ikome. I mean, Nick Santos also owe all of we Cameroonians and Blacklegs an apology. Some people they talk say no, but if you don't leave that Ambatin, yes, we still need an apology. He must apologize for your role where he play in radicalizing the poorly educated youth and sending them to an early grave. He spending money for buy weapons and where the weapons they sit there for picking their hands in Anglophone zone today. Those people, the way they be killed by people that like Nick Santos. So none of this nonsense when they abandoned. I will explain for now why they abandoned. They didn't abandon the Amazon nonsense because they think they oversweet and then they just feel for winning. No, they leave out because the same Amber nonsense a deal with them. So when I listen to this part where you demand an apology from Sako Ikome and Chris Anu, when I listen. No, this is not the video. When I listen to the video, this.
Two people, Comrade Sako and Comrade Chris Anu, have to apologize to the Ambazonian people for what they have done in this revolution. They have to come out and tell the truth. They have to come out with and also announce what they have done in destroying the good cabinet, the beautiful cabinet that was inherited from His Excellency Seseko. Although the original cabinet was abducted, but they were good people who were working behind the scenes, who were truthful, that have been used and dumped, kicked and fired, resigned or not resigned, castigating them, robbing them, promising them death, threatening them, inviting surrogates to change their names from various kind of names to go after you on your platform. As I speak, they are here. Go after you, invent lies, destroy people. Is that what the money my trip to Boya was meant for? No. That was not the money my trip to Boya was meant for. It was meant for ground zero. It was not meant to be used in the United States.
So now Nick Santos that ye demand apology from Chris Anu and Sako Ikome. Ye must also publicly apologize for we the Blacklegs and all the Cameroonians the victims for a terrorist atrocities for financing and sponsoring terror in Cameroon. The guns and where he contributed money for Bayam, they're still there in the hands of the poorly educated people. And the very least, we don't beg any person. If you want to go back, go join Amber, please go. Go join. They don't beg no person for come out for Amber run. So I go explain for now. Nick Santos go explain for now why did they come out run from that nonsense. They can't join with for this was side for Blacklegs. Now, as commentator Elvis come on for talk and say, even the Amber terrorists, the worst past Cameroon government. That's just a snippet of the reason of you know, a small slice of truth. The reason why many people, they don't just abandon the nonsense. The cuckoo that beans where Capote and they come out for mention for that podcast 2019. If it been a so-called deputy press secretary or something like that, communications, and Chris Anu. Who's the cuckoo that beans there? We don't abandon the ambassador nonsense as well. So now when I listen to Ray Baba and Nick Santos.
All those deaths that you see lying on the streets of Kumbo, Wom, attributed to this cabinet because that's their biggest success. My trip to Boya failed. Akon failed. Marshall Investment Plan failed. Dr. Sako had said
Sarawi failed.
Sarawi failed. It's a whole list of failure. Dr. Sako had given us his words on Hard Talk Amberland when he said that the people should give him the money he's asking for and he'll take them to Boya within 6 months. Then he changed to 3 months, then 1 month. This is 1 year after. Where are we? How close are we to Boya? Nowhere. I'll leave that there for our people to reflect on. When APNC was launched, I want to use APNC to answer all of this because the misconception, the sabotage, the mudsliding and peddling that was made on APNC is the reason why Ambazonians have been prevented from moving forward. APNC was not a Milan agenda. It was not a scope agenda. It was not a La Republique agenda. And everybody can see how much effort and energy this cabinet put in to stifle APNC from holding. Like I said, Natif Mane had the cord because your people who stand for nationalism and restoration cannot call you, the interim government or the cabinet, to say, listen, it's been a year now since Sisiko was abducted. A lot of things has happened. Fighting on the ground, our forces killing each other, IG not seeing eye to eye with the other movements and all of that. We said it is time for us to come together on a table, take stock, analyze every angle of our revolution and see how we can fix the problems that we have, strengthen the ones that areas where we are strong, and strengthen our weaknesses and exploit opportunities. Immediately, cabinet rose up to say, we have not endorsed it. Even when the enlarged cabinet made up of the other arms of the IG, because we need to keep educating our people that there's a difference between cabinet and the interim government. Cabinet is one minuscule part of the interim government. But our people have been blindfolded to believe that the cabinet is the interim government. Cabinet is the one that Sako leads. You have the Restoration Council led by Chairman Kometa, and you have other arms of the government. So once our people know to separate these two, they will know that they need to vomit this cabinet to preserve the interim government. And the APNC was meant to strengthen the interim government because we realized that this is the same mentality that has destroyed this revolution. Anybody who is conscious will not stand and support a mess, will not stand and support embezzlement, will not stand and support mismanagement of funds meant to support our people on ground zero, meant to support our refugees, will not stand and support all this cacophony that they see. Anybody who has a conscience, when I see cabinet members or surrogates supporting this mess, then I tell myself that these people do not deserve freedom. And even when we become free, we have to cage these people. And
that's where the revolution has been. And I come here today to tell you people that things are not well if we allow these people to continue with their paid surrogates and paid baby journalists. Go ahead to criticize one person against the other, say this tomorrow, be against tomorrow, and hire these buffoons, these half-baked journalists with journalistic degrees from Cameroon that has not gone anywhere abroad. They have never seen the 4 walls of journalism school here in the United States or wherever. They come with local newspapers and now becomes the kingpin of a revolution to tell lies everywhere, fill your ears with one robo jumbo with another. That is terrible. We wouldn't allow this. And some of them have the guts, like the so-called Eric Tato. He has the guts to go on air at one time and say, Dr. Santos is right. Within 1 week, when his pay package arrives, no, Dr. Santos did wrong here. Is that the kind of journalism you practice? To deceive people? When your paycheck doesn't come, you are on the rampage. When the paycheck comes, you twist your tongue. The next moment, you are vibrating about county to county. No matter you brought a good idea of county, yes, Eric Tato, but you are wrong when you want to come and impose my trip to Boya heads on counties. You are wrong. Because Mezam is the place where you have been stopped. Mezam County worldwide has stopped you people from having Mezam and from stopping you people from seeing the money coming from Mezam. The money from Mezam County worldwide goes on the ground directly without coming through your My Trip to Boya basket. And that's why you can commit suicide because of that. Yes, you can call my name 10,000 times, but I have stopped you from Mezam County worldwide. Because before you go into Mezam, you have some key players of Mezam through whom you have to go. You come into Mezam, you abduct people anyhow, you abduct family members of cabinet, you abduct family members of people, and I've been putting out all those communiques for each abduction that has been performed by you people. And I've always promised you people that you are not free from the abductions, because there will come a time when we have to face this battle in the United States as well. So you have to desist from all this, because we have not gone anywhere further in this revolution except killing our own selves or shooting our own selves on the leg. Now, that is the message I have for Eric Tato. And I have discovered that what they did was, after maybe destroy this revolution, we don't also want scammers to come and collect our resources, use it for themselves, and deceive us that they are taking it elsewhere, and when we have not seen any results. And that's why we are here as the voice of the Ambazonian people, as two former cabinet members of your interim government, Comrade Rebaba and myself, who have served in the both governments, to tell you people that something is wrong. They will call us whistleblowers from within. Yes, we have to fix the IG, because if we don't fix the IG is not going to go out and be stronger amongst the other collaborators and stakeholders of the revolution. Because now the IG is a laughing stock in the revolution with all the mess. It is said in law that he who goes to equity goes with clean hands.
Absolutely.
That's where the revolution has been. And I come here today to tell you people that things are not well if we allow these people to continue with their paid surrogates and paid baby journalists. Go ahead to criticize one person against the other, say this tomorrow, be against tomorrow, and hire these buffoons, these half-baked journalists with journalistic degrees from Cameroon that has not gone anywhere abroad. They have never seen the four walls of journalism. They got to go on air at one time and say, the next moment, you are vibrating about county to county, have been stopped. Mezam County worldwide has to Boya basket. And that's why you can commit suicide because of that. Yes, you can call my name 10,000 times, but I have stopped you from Mezam County worldwide. Because before you go into Mezam, you have some key players of Mezam through whom you have to go. You come into Mezam, you abduct people anyhow, you abduct family members of cabinet, you abduct family members of people, and I've been putting out all those communiques for each abduction that has been performed by you people. And I've always promised you people that you are not free from the abductions, because there will come a time when we have to face this battle in the United States as well. So you have to desist from all this, because we have not gone anywhere further in this revolution except killing our own selves or shooting our own selves on the leg. Now, that is the message I have for Eric Tato.
Resistance forever. Is that the statement of people who are unfit? Instead, those who are unfit are Chris Anu, who goes on air and lies about a certain Colonel Bangu becoming worse than Chiroma. Those who are unfit are those like Sako, who gave his word that if it's in 6 months or 1 year, he does not take us to Boya, he will tender his resignation. It has been more than 1 year, he has not tendered his resignation. So he's unfit. Those who are unfit are people like the Secretary of State, Dr. Doubtful Doctorate Ellard, who goes and because he has been used to kissing the ass of one leader to another, he goes and disrespects President Sako and President Sisiko in jail just to please Sako, for Sako to understand that he's loyal to him. Those are the people who are unfit. Those who are unfit are people like Ellard, who go on ramp
with the commander-in-chief because they don't see a strategy in you. All what has come out as strategy is lies upon lies upon lies upon lies, using money to buy things to replace rubber guns, to replace sticks, using them for luxury in the United States.
Because you are the elder, you should lead. We will kick all of them out of the way because if you notice,
Exactly.
It is the same people every time we have unity who come around and destroy it because they are power hungry. You have people, you have should I even start? I don't want to, I didn't come here to call names, but when you have people like John Akoro, who is a chameleon. Today, Siseko has been buried. Tomorrow, people keep changing their position. You have what I'm trying to say is this.
After the fight, the ones who were fighting over $200. $200. Exactly what they have given us. And I'm ashamed. I am ashamed by the way this revolution has been banished by the acting president. I am ashamed at the way most of your leaders of this revolution have just stood up strong to say or to call something dirty, dirty, to call white, white, or to call black, black. I am ashamed with the way Comrade Kometa Elvis, as the chairman of the Restoration Council, attended APNC, announced to the whole that he has come to realize that Sako's house rent was being paid with Ambazonians' monies. That he has discovered the embezzlement, the fraud. Secretary Chris Anu has said the same thing about the embezzlement, the fraud, resigned and came back in under 48 hours because of the pay package he's having in this scam, this Ponzi scheme. We should call it a Ponzi scheme, and it won't stop only at that. We should investigate these people. We should investigate these people because they can't escape our radar. If they do escape the radar of the naive, they won't escape the radar of those who know what they have done with these monies, and those who know that they have been scammed because they have filed taxes without IRS and W-2 papers that are supposed to come from a certain Ambazonia Foundation, Inc. in the United States of America. When I stood and I announced that this was what was going on and cried out radio and TV after they had blocked all other channels for me to talk.
So my contribute them. I hope say una don't be patient enough for listening to Nick Santos and Ray Baba, both of them to be being a so-called cabinet members. Them. And today they don't abandon the nonsense. So a few of the things in way the both of them they talk where I just want to do small analysis and then we'll go wrap up in a minute or two. So Nick Santos talks say he who goes to equity goes with clean hands. And that is why we, the Blacklegs and the victims of Nick Santos, the criminal sponsoring of terrorists inside Cameroon, the very least where we demand them. Now for you want chop on top table big people like we, you must wash your hands. Come with clean hands. You must apologize. Failure to do that, you will never step a toe inside Cameroon. This one not be a threat. No, will not be amber. Will not be threatening people then. Nobody when I don't already radicalize the picking them. When I don't already buy guns, give them no. They already carry the guns them no. They are waiting for you on the ground inside Cameroon. When I don't go radicalize them and then leave and for can't clean the place and then when I go can't enjoy that same Bamenda, that same Anglophone zone tomorrow. On top of sweat, no, with the word una go answer. Una go answer questions them. Una go answer for we, the victims them. So when I don't hear what they talk, Ray Baba talk say for hard talk Ambalan, Sakwe come maybe talk say maybe give 6 months, he could take them go boya. And then they talk about a whole list of failures. The Marshall Plan, Saharawi, my trip to Boya, blah blah blah. Talk about the sabotage, the mudslinging, insults, and lies. And I mean, now the people in this way they want to change Cameroon, right? Change Cameroon for the better, right? Not the cabinet that. Now the people in that way they want to change Cameroon where they want a country of their own for run a better than President Pobia, right? Right? Not them, they accuse themselves of corruption, or not than me. I was not there. Okay, a whole list of failures. Say, I mean, Ray Baba conclude for say these people do not deserve freedom. Now, in conclusion, that and why that way they abandon the nonsense and they go continue to live their private lives. The Kukuda beans, you don't hear about them. The Tapang Ivo will be promised, say themselves, they will come out one country, come down on the ground, can't fight. They don't disappear. Now, the people in this way, when I think say they will bring change to Cameroon, Cameroonians are not ready for change. We still get maybe another 40 years under the CPDM. Then maybe Cameroon will be ready for change. Until then, lie to lie. Another thing when Nick Santos talk, two things then before I wrap up. Is they talk lies upon lies upon lies. He said they were fighting over $200. Now them they talk, no mean me, I talk them, my country people them. And then themselves, they know exactly right from the beginning. Remember these things in this video, Ray Baba and Nick Santos, they were talking in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Now maybe we'll go back to 2018. Right at the beginning, from inception, they knew exactly the failures. They knew what they were doing wrong right from the beginning. But because of that greed and ego, they not be capable of righting themselves, of correcting their mistakes. They just keep repeating the same mistakes. Now, the people in this way, when I want, may they be when I leaders, when I listen, I'd always come in with evidence, but can show now the truth, the facts, and reality with evidence when I listen. Now, Mark Beretta this and Eric Tato for 2018 when I listen.
Was shown the useless politics antics of the diaspora because it is Ambazonia first, it is country first, all activists behind, all leaders behind, diaspora behind, money mongers behind, power mongers behind, white people behind, people of ego behind.
And that is why they say never say never. Keep your differences aside. This revolution is trying to collapse because people have put their egos above the people of Ambazonia, and we will not accept that anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, let me
We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty.
So when I don't hear Mark Barretta talk, say keep your pride behind, diaspora leaders behind, your egos behind, money mongers behind. Because they knew these were the traits that they have. And these traits, these characters were destroying their revolution or whatever. As Mark Barretta talk, Ed Tato repeat them, say, this revolution is trying to collapse. It's about to collapse because of their ego. If when I not hear them, make I repeat them again when I hear.
This revolution is trying to collapse because people have put their egos above the people of Ambazonia. And
when I hear no, they put their egos above the people. This one at 2018, 2019 way, Mark Barretta and Eric Tato, they talk. It means say they knew from beginning, saying that the reality that now what that way they destroyed their so-called revolution. but they don't get the capability for do anything about them. When I go blame President Paul Biya, right? When I blame President Paul Biya, of course, blame President Paul Biya. So my contributor them, like I promised now, I know we want to make this live broadcast it past 90 minutes, but we will go above 90 minutes just a little bit. So what way I want we for do now for quickly look at the comment section. I go rattle through my top 11 comments and we'll get the legend in the comment from YouTube. It talks to Igwe that your laugh in the cause cry for Amber comes. They are watching you live from prisons. Not my business. When they be carrying guns come from my house, I was not laughing then. They were laughing, but now I get the last laugh. So Sylvester JP talks. I came late today because of network issues. Asha, but make sure say you share, you play your role. For make sure say you share even at 10 times into WhatsApp groups and to Facebook groups as well, so that make the message go far and wide. Thank you. We also get Musa Nsangnyinyi. It talks the Cameroonians are confused people. Our politicians are the most greedy, selfish, corny, hungry, and cursed in the whole of Africa. No, me at talk. We also get Lilale Ngambe. It talks the Ambazonia against the 7 presidents, of course. We get Field Marshal Arita Obens Makia. It's a hello Igwe and fellow patriots. This is Field Marshal. Una mash fire. Una share. We'll get Nuhu Ali. It talks hello Igwe. We day here for mash fire. Masham, share and make it go far and wide. We'll get Chi Angel talks a good evening, boss man, and evening too to you. Kunda Titus Day, the SMA kuna share and let it go far and wide. Thank you so much. We'll get Emerence Eta. It's a auntie is watching. Hello, auntie. Okay, we'll get Ashu Wanyu. He said the watch from upstation Bamenda. That's not true. I doubt it. Possibly true, but I doubt. So we'll get Jaja Adam talks. They continue telling them what they don't know. Thank you. Thank you plenty. We don't go 1 hour, 30 minutes and some seconds. And thank you plenty. All man, we don't join. We will continue for the mash fire, for the share and make it go far and wide. Continue live, or you do watch them after we don't record them, leave them. Just continue for the play your part. Continue for share, make it go far and wide. My contributor, I thank all man we don't join with today for this live broadcast. I appreciate very much my contributor.
Lesson number 1, my contributor, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept, my contributor is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians would thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.